Hey guys, what's up? This is Jordan Crook with TechCrunch, and I'm here with Jay Samrit, who is the president of OoVoo. How are you doing this morning?
Terrific.
Thanks for coming and visiting.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so you've been at OoVoo for about a year.
Yeah.
It's been around for 4 years. I mean, what can you say you've kind of brought to the table? I know your career kind of took you all over the place before, and now you're kind of settling down at OoVoo. What has prepared you for it, and what are you shaking up over there?
Well, I've spent 30 years at the intersection of video and communications, and now that we can do it on almost any device, it's exploding. So OoVoo's nearly tripled in size in the past year. We're days away from hitting a milestone of 75 million users. We're the #1 app with teens. We're a top 100 app in 120 countries. So the concept of being able to be social and have video part of social is now the new norm.
Right. So you say you tripled in the past year, so that means clearly that growth has accelerated in the last year. What can you kind of credit to that?
A couple trends and a couple things that we do that's unique. The fact that we allow you to chat for free and have high quality, HD quality video with up to 12 friends across any platform. PC, Mac, iOS, Android. We're the #1 utility on Facebook. We just make it easy so you don't have to worry about what is the other person's equipment and you can talk. The second trend is the world literally in 2012 went mobile. And being at the forefront of video on mobile and having an algorithm that not only adjusts the bandwidth to your constraint but doesn't affect the rest of the people on the call. So it doesn't freeze. We're not peer-to-peer like the competitor. We host it in the cloud. So you get this great quality experience, and we use 60% less battery, which on the desktop nobody cared about, but on mobile, that's the Achilles heel.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you, I mean, I know that most of OoVoo's users tend to skew younger, whereas like the main competitors like Skype have an older demographic. I mean, what do you think draws younger children to, not children, but teens to OoVoo as opposed to a Skype?
Skype was a great technology 10 years ago. You know, peer-to-peer, if you're trying to arbitrage the cost of a long-distance call to Nepal, you know, you'll deal with freezing every 30 seconds. By now being cloud-based, that makes it easier. But as far as why those 25 and younger really flock to OoVoo, it's quite simple. They do not have the habits that I have. I'm used to making a voice call. That's the habit that I have. But if you think about it, that was a cool technology in 1875 when Alexander Graham Bell came up to it. Up until that moment, we never communicated by voice.
Right.
We're visual creatures. So realistically, video is a key part of communication. I can see, are you following me, are you angry or not? There's so much more to just word and voice, you know. So what happens is, if you're now coming of age and using technology for the first time, what is your choice? What is the most efficient way? And the most efficient way is actually text, and we're one of the top 4 text chats in the world.
Right.
And that is a great way for getting information. No one has to call you back. It's very specific. What was that address you said? What's that phone number? Who? All that. But for those people that you're most intimate with, and not just sexual, intimate as in close, family members, best friends, you're most likely to be OoVooing with somebody that you spent the whole day with.
Right.
So you come home from school, you'll sit at your desk, do homework, and you'll have OoVoo open on your desktop. And it's kind of like when you were in college, that cool kid that had the dorm room with the door always open, could stop by and discover new music, a new video, whatever's going on. OoVoo lets you also share video together. So instead of me sending you that viral video and then you texting me how funny it was, I can watch you watch it, and we can laugh together and talk over it. Oh, I can't believe what Ralph's doing, and you know, whatever that may be. Or we could watch long form together. We could watch TV. When I grew up, you had that Simpsons-like experience where you're all on the sofa together watching the one screen.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the living room's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their own screen.
Right.
It could be the one they carry, it could be the one on their desk, it could be wherever. But instead of us having to be alone, we can now share those common moments wherever we are. What is it that they really want to do? What are the next features that they need?
Right.
And I'll give you a couple of insights, though I'll get shot. #1 reason, mostly with women, that they don't want a video chat is they don't like how they look at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Society's put a real number on them. So even with those people that know and have seen you in every condition, nah, I don't like. So our next mobile version turns into a compact. So the first thing you're going to see is yourself full screen.
Right.
So you go, okay,
How do I look?
now I'm ready. And we'll have some filters. Think of Instagram. Ah, now I look good.
Very cool.
Make sense?
Yeah, I like it.
Leaving a message is natural.
Right.
It is not natural to those of us that develop habits to leave a video message.
Right.
We're
And
doing,
like you said, people just like kind of sit on OoVoo.
Yeah,
right?
well-
You live your life while you're on OoVoo.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
That should be our slogan.
like that.
Live
See,
your,
I'm
live
in
your life on
marketing as
OoVoo.
well.
I'm gonna, don't TM it. Yeah, realistically, why live your life alone? I mean, the example is you're out at a restaurant. There's Lady Gaga at the next table. A few years ago, you text, "Oh my God, you know, I see Lady Gaga." Then you had a picture phone. You take a picture and like how cool that, or maybe you got in the picture. Now you get your friends. Your friends are telling you what to do. They egg you to go over. She gives you a kiss on the cheek. Everybody's posting it, and you have that fame. You
Right.
know, today's young people don't believe they'll be rich, but they do believe they'll be famous. So there's a little bit of that fame, that being famous in your own community, but being able to capture that, but also being able to enjoy life's moments that aren't planned with those that are most important to you.
Right.
I was hiking to the top of Yosemite in December and got great signal at the top near Half Dome. And it was like, how fast could I OoVoo? And guess where I am? And you turn and show Yosemite Falls, and they're like, no way. And they're like, yeah. You know, it's just really fun to be able to do that.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, they always say that like now that people have smartphones, they're not really focused on like living actual moments, you know, because we're so busy trying to record it and save it for later, Vine it, or take a picture, Instagram it, or post it to Facebook, or check in, that you stop actually like doing what you're doing. But it seems like OoVoo is kind of a nice bridge for that, because you can still be living your life, but you're still sharing it with your friends and still connected.
And this, yeah, and this isn't so much about that I'm just posting it to 5,000 strangers to get some amazing clout score. This is, I'm stationed in Iraq and I want to see the birth of my son.
Right.
This is grandpa's in the hospital and all the relatives from the country can get together and visit by just somebody handing him an iPad,
Right.
and there'll be 11 people that he loves there. So sharing those moments as a family.
So, okay, my last question is a little bit about like security and safety for your users, because I know they skew young, and I know that it's also a very closed system, right? So you have to be
Right.
friends with someone in
Correct.
order to see them on video chat. But there is record, and there's opt-in and opt-out for recording.
Right.
But I mean, is there any sort of like educational kind of stuff that you guys do just to make sure? Because even if it's friends to friends, I mean, you know, these 8th grade kids, they can be bullies. If you accidentally left your OoVoo on and walked by in your bra, I mean, that could really ruin a kid's day in 8th grade. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
it could ruin my day.
So we take the responsibility very, very seriously. First of all, we're one of the few services that have live standby complaint people 24/7 just to man, and we respond every single complaint. 90% of the time it's somebody just, you know, mad at somebody else, and then when they actually see that somebody calls them, they're like, ah. But we follow up completely. It's also not about that anybody can reach anybody. It is literally, you know, you friended them on Facebook. It's somebody that's known to you. Record, you know, if somebody hits record, and you can stop the record, and it's all transparent. So we continue to work with that, and we have a great record of, that's why I think we're second only to Disney with usage by kids. Parents know that it's safe. Parents can see who's on the friend list, you know, so it's Grandpa and Aunt Millie and whoever.
Right.
And it's a great way to start that communication, because before you know it, all kids have their phone and they're not in the household.
Yeah.
So it's a great place to start what is responsible behavior in social.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate this
Thanks
chat.
for having us.
It's good.
And next time we'll chat on OoVoo.
Okay. All right, guys, that's it for Jay Samrit and OoVoo.